It's cartoony quality. The costumes are some of the most impressive elements to the show.
There she goes, the girl who's strange but special, a most peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity and a sin. She doesn't quite fit in. She really is a funny girl, a beauty but a funny.
Although the stage musical follows the animated feature pretty closely, it's the costumes that actually allow the show to work on stage. It's the costumes that subtly illustrate the mood shifts of the show. Look at the Beast here, dreary and dirty at the beginning, but then regal and princely by the scene where he and Belle start to fall in love. And look, if you can, at the detail of this costume.
Find you can change, learning you were wrong.
That detail is extremely important, even from a distance, because it gives more life, more vitality to the costume. And it really allows the eye of the viewer to look more intensely and deeper. And it's all hand-beaded by Barbara Matera Limited. They make this, and Barbara created the design motif for all of the beading. I mean, she's an incredible artist at this. Probably the finest living, I think, today. And also, I think it's terribly important for the actor inside the costume to have all of that detailing. It's like having an exquisite couture garment on you that really, because it has that detailing, you feel like the clock. And therefore, it's part of the imaginative process for the actor. Your Lumiere is the smallest Lumiere we've had so far, and therefore I've changed the proportionality just into what I know will work from stage better for this particular actor.
Anne Hould-Ward has made the decision to stay with the show throughout its various openings around the world, a choice that had her asking herself this question.
Where is the artistic creativity going to be in doing all these companies? Well, number one, it's with the actor, with each body, with each performer, how they will perform the role. The designer really only has the great privilege of being part of what the actor and the audience do with each other. We're really very unnecessary.
Unnecessary, but invaluable in a show like Beauty and the Beast.
2 hours every night with a makeup artist, a dresser, and a hairstylist.
Well, it's an excellent meditational process for me to relax and get into performing the role. Isaac performs the makeup, then Jillian does my hair, Danny helps me create the costume. But it's a chance for me to sit and have things done to me, and it's quite a work of art. I've become an arts and crafts project, basically.
Wagner says the makeup is remarkably comfortable, and once it's attached to his face, he forgets all about it. In fact, instead of being uncomfortable with the process, he makes use of it. As his image changes, so does his persona.
It's exciting. I kind of visually and spiritually transform into this horrible, cursed beast that I get to be.
For a professional makeup artist, it's not an especially difficult makeup. Okay. It's a challenging makeup. You know, it is meticulous, it is time-consuming, but I don't find it particularly difficult.
Tale as old as time, tune as old as song.
As the story goes, Beauty sees beyond that rough exterior to the heart that lies beneath. And Chuck Wagner says that idea is really not that far-fetched.
They really identify with the beast because we've all felt uncomfortable. We've all felt like we were out of place and kind of the ugly duckling. And to be able to burst past that is something that all the audience, particularly the children and the romantic couples in the house, I feel a lot of empathy for the beast, and it's exciting.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
And that is just some of what we're going to see in a few minutes behind us here at the Princess of Wales. And I'm joined by the man without whom none of this would have been possible, in a way, Alan Menken, the composer. How does it feel opening night?
Oh, it feels wonderful. It's a dream come true. Toronto's a really important theater town, more so than ever now, and to have this opening is a thrill.
What's the composing process like for you?
Well, on this one, first of all, Howard Ashman, who really the man, without whom it's Howard. He started the ball rolling. we started it together, and we look at the story and figure out how we're going to adapt the story into a musical, where we're going to put the songs for an animated feature, and then write each of those songs. To turn it into a musical, we really look for those spots in between that seem to really cry out for a song. Big Act 1 closer for The Beast. We were able to get in a number called Human Again that had been written for the movie that was never in the movie. And Tim Rice and I completed the musical, I hope in the spirit that we wrote the animated feature.
What's the process like for you to go into a theater, to sit down and to hear your music performed like that?
It's a thrill every time. It brings back to me my childhood and what it was like to be in a Broadway house, and the mystery and the magic of theater is something that can't be matched by anything, even film. You know, it's always unbelievable, and it's always unpredictable. It's live, and that's something that can't be replaced.
Alan Menken, thanks very much. Break a leg in there tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I think the lesson there is that if you want your kids to grow up to be Broadway composers, take them to the theater. Suhanna, that's it for entertainment.
Thanks, John. My kids are drooling. Of course,
Okay.
they always drool, but thanks.
Okay.
We're opening in Vienna in September, obviously tonight here. You know, you never know it's a smash until the audience tells you it is.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Monica, well, glamour seems to be the operative word for the opening of Beauty and the Beast. However, most of the guests are inside because the curtain rises at 7 p.m. Who are all these people? Aren't you a little late? Aren't you late?
Not yet, no.
But they will be in about 5 minutes. It's pretty exciting. And for this show, Toronto's theater mavens, the Mervishes, have joined hands with Disney to bring yet another Broadway hit to Toronto.
Certain as the sun rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
If you took all the magic away, the story is still beautifully told and very well felt by the performers. When we do it just in rehearsal hall with none of the effects, we still are moved by what happens on the stage. But then you add the added aspect of the state-of-the-art illusions and special effects. We have giant champagne bottles that shoot fireworks across the stage. We have...
Don't tell everything.
Well, that's not everything. That's in the commercial. I'm not giving that away. But, you know, the special effects are spectacular, and that's where Disney knows what they're doing. And it's a pleasure to be working with them and have them bring that magic to the stage.
Of course, this one is perfect for the kids. Tickets range in price from $27 to $91. And you know, among the guests here tonight are composer Alan Menken versus Tim Rice, Disney's chairman Michael Eisner. We're going to try and catch up to them tonight at the post-show party on City Pulse at 10. Scored well. From all accounts, it was a success. And with me right now is Alan Menken, who is the composer. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great. And Tim Rice, the lyricist. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So how did it go for you two?
It was great. Thrilling. Great cast, great production. You know,
Were you nervous?
You know, they told me it was exciting and it was a cast they were really thrilled about. I just sat back and watched like everyone else, and I just rediscovered my show through this cast and this production, and I love it. It's great.
Mr. Rice, you said you're definitely not nervous.
Well, I am sometimes, but this show's done very well in other places, and it's essentially the same production, so we were fairly relaxed. But it's great to be part of Toronto's theatre scene, because this is such a big theatre town now. It's really exciting.
It really is. It's really become that. I was going to ask you why did you pick Toronto, but I guess that answers the question. Was that the choice?
It's a very important stop on the road now. I mean, in a way, Broadway isn't much more important than Toronto or Los Angeles. It's all becoming much more international, and everywhere's the same.
Flattery will get you everywhere around here, you know. So now it's time for the party, and there's thousands and thousands of people filing in here. This is a marché at BCE Place, and I guess we'll let you go. Thank you very much for dropping by our station.
Talking to you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Well, Beauty and the Beast, of course, has not only been successful as a story, as a Broadway musical here in Toronto and as a movie, but it has moved into the Mervish's Princess of Wales Theatre, which is certainly one of the finest in our city. Here's a look at the show and at who was there.
This is Beauty and the Beast. I'm sitting on the beauty side. It's like a wedding.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
It was fabulous. It was just amazing. I enjoyed every second of it. It was great.
Loved the show. The sets were the absolute best. Did you like the show?
Yeah.
Yeah? Betsy, did you like the show? Yeah. It was fantastic.
Okay, back at BCE Place, and I just actually found Karen Kane here. She's going into the party, so let's ask her what she thought of the show. Hello, how are you?
Oh, fine, thanks. Nice to see you.
Great to see you. What did you think?
I had a very good time. I enjoyed it very much. I'm looking forward to taking my nephews to see it.
See it a second time?
Oh, sure. Yes, I will. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, there you have it. And that's a wrap on entertainment now. Gord, it's back to you in the newsroom.
Evening, Broadway and Disney World collide in Toronto tonight.
Beauty and the Beast splashed onto the stage of the Princess of Wales Theatre to a black tie crowd of international luminaries, and CFTO's Pauline Chan was front row center.
The 2.5-hour musical is based on the hit animated movie and has a cast of 39, 36 of whom are Canadian.
I think I've seen this show 30 times. This was the best of the 30. It's a fantastic cast.
The $17 million production features all the characters and music of the original film, plus a couple of new songs. Tonight's performance brought a sense of wonder and magic to young and old alike.
I thought it was really good.
How does it compare with the movie?
A little bit better.
The costuming, everything. The performance, it was amazing, absolutely astounding.
One of the better plays I've ever seen.
You know, I grew up on Disney, and I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just spectacular.
But perhaps the most important review came from the mother of Carrie Butler, who plays Belle.
We waited till tonight to see it because we wanted to be surprised, you know, and it's just wonderful.
Carrie Butler and Chuck Wagner, who plays the Beast, are both from the U.S., but will be calling Canada home for at least the next year or so, looking forward to a long and successful run.
You're watching CBC Late Night. Well, the cups are there, the plates, the candlesticks, and, of course, Beauty and the Beast. Not in costume. John Northcott is there, too, in costume and looking quite chic. We'll go back to him at the Beauty and the Beast Gala. John.
So, Hannah, you must be a parent. A lot of parents out there tonight, as well as a few stars and people who have enjoyed the opening night of Beauty and the Beast. And that's what it was, of course, the months of preparation and rehearsals all pay off when the curtain goes up on opening night, and it opened to mostly good reviews. It's the newest really big musical to join the fray in what is now one of the largest theater markets in the world. It's the classic story of how true love sets an enchanted prince free from a prison of ugliness. It's been a successful animated film and a live-action show that has played around the world. Now it's Toronto's turn.
Good show. Wonderful for our heart and our spirit and our optimism, and also it'll be good for the economy, I know.
I really liked the music and the dancing and all the costumes.
And the transformation from the Beast to the Prince, that was absolutely stunning. That was wonderful.
But not everyone was happy.
It's a little bit too much. I mean, I think it'll do well. I think people are going to love it. On a scale of 10, I give it 6.
But most, it seems, deemed it a success.
Well, what can you say? It's spectacular. It's going to be here forever.
If some of the other musicals on in town are anything to go by, it'll be good for a couple of years anyway. Well, and the trick to it, of course, is the makeup that goes into getting the actor into the Beast. A look at how that process takes place, Paul Riley.
No power on earth if I can't love her.
Chuck Wagner plays the young prince who is transformed into the Beast by an evil enchantress. Getting ready to play this role doesn't just take acting ability and a great voice. It also takes almost 2 hours every night with a makeup artist, a dresser, and a hairstylist.
Well, it's an excellent meditational process for me to relax and get into performing the role.
Wagner says the makeup is remarkably comfortable, and once it's attached to his face, he forgets all about it. In fact, instead of being uncomfortable with the process, he makes use of it. As his image changes, so does his persona.
It's exciting. I kind of visually and spiritually transform into this horrible, cursed beast that I get to be. They really identify with the beast because we've all felt uncomfortable. We've all felt like we were out of place and kind of the ugly duckling. And to be able to burst past that is something that all the audience, particularly the children and the romantic couples in the house, I feel a lot of empathy for the beast, and it's exciting.
Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, beauty and the beast.
And now all that's left will be the hangover from the people who are enjoying a little wine here tonight, which actually we should explain where we are. We're at the Marché, which of course is in the BCE place, a restaurant normally, tonight a place of celebration for the big party. Suhanna?
Thank you, John. What did you think of the play, by the way?
I enjoyed it, but I'm not a parent. It really is a play for kids. It'll capture their attention. They won't get lost in the plot, and they'll ooh and ah, and there's enough little asides and witticism that's what they call plums for mums in the business, such that parents won't be bored with it.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
That is CBC Late Night. I'm Suhanna Marchand. For all of us here, thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow at 6. I never sleep. Good night.
Presents Behind the Curtain with the cast and crew of the Toronto stage production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Can you feel it? It's in the air. The excitement, the anticipation. Disney's stage production of Beauty and the Beast has landed in Toronto. Here at the beautiful Princess of Wales Theatre, I mean it, this place is gorgeous. The washrooms are nicer than my apartment. Right in the heart of downtown Toronto, cast and crew are preparing for what is perhaps the most elaborate and complicated piece of theatre ever. And what a production! Using state-of-the-art effects, some created especially for this show, you'll believe that you are seeing magic right before your eyes. But come on, what else have we grown to expect from Disney? Based on its own animated movie, Beauty and the Beast, the stage production, is part theater, part musical, and part magic show, complete with pyrotechnics and evolving costumes, as we actually see the occupants of the enchanted castle transform into household objects. Now, in the next half hour, we're going to take you behind the scenes here, introduce you to the Canadian cast, as we count down to opening night of Beauty and the Beast in Toronto.
It's a very interesting amalgam, the people, the team we put together to do this show, because Michael Eisner insisted, for example, that he wanted some of his Disney employees who had worked in live entertainment for Disney for many years to be involved in it. But we also wanted people from the film, so we got Alan Menken, for example, and Linda Wolverton, who wrote the book. And then to that group, we added people with very extensive theatrical background, such as Tim Rice, who wrote the new lyrics, such as Ann Holt Ward, who did the fabulous costumes. And it's a very interesting team and a highly collaborative team. And of course, we've always had the input from Michael Eisner to kind of help meld the whole thing together.
I was the original standby from when the show first was created in Houston. I've seen it grow, I've seen it evolve and change. And as we've gone from the Broadway cast to this premier Canadian production, we've been able to bond as a company and I think take the show to a new plateau, to a new level of humanity, a new level of reality.
Oh, sure. You know, I mean, it's basically the same show, but you have new interpretations, new subtleties. Every person playing a part discovers new things in it, and that's always exciting to see. For example, the Belle here, Carrie Butler, is possibly going to be the best Belle ever, you know, because she's the youngest one to ever play the part, and she's a real natural with an incredible voice.
This really is a case of father knowing best. You're never strange. Don't ever change. You're all I've got, no matter what.
I'm so honored to be in part of Beauty and the Beast. It's just so exciting to watch it. When you see all the things on stage happening, you turn into a little kid again. You're saying, you're like, oh my gosh. When I saw it on Broadway, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in this. I can't believe it. It's just exciting that I get to wear all these big dresses. You know, I'm a princess, really, wearing this gold dress.
The inspiration is really based partially on the animation, partially on historical research, partially on fairy tale research, and really putting all those things together in response to the script and determining what would really work in the Broadway theater.
No goodness improve me, no power on earth if I can't love her. No.
We have remarkable designers that have created it. So physically, to move in the costume and make it effortless is a great challenge for me because I like the physical aspect of it. I think I've gotten to the point where the costume looks organic, where I don't look like a man in a beast suit, where I actually look like a beast that just happens to be shaped somewhat like a man.
This is the beast chest piece. This is the understudies that needs a haircut. It hasn't been trimmed down yet. But there's a latex chest in here, and each one of these hairs is hand punched into the latex chest. And then there are human hair ventilated pieces that go between the edges and through the center here. And this is all hand punched and everything so that you really have a sense of hairiness. And then this is actually worn as a vest on the front of the actor.
My biggest challenge with Beauty and the Beast is probably the weight of the candles that I have to have in my hands. I would say 80 to 90% of the time I hold my hands like this because I have been transformed into a candelabrum. So those weigh about 3 to 4 pounds each. And since you have to hold them like this instead of down, it becomes sometimes very painful to sing and dance at the same time. So the big challenge was to keep in shape and to pretend that this is not there, this doesn't weigh anything, you know, that it's nothing. But it's very cumbersome, it's very heavy. So that's the challenge, the physical challenge.
When I'm human again, only human again, poised and polished and gleaming with charm.
Unbelievable. And honestly, I wasn't surprised about the principal talent. I mean, I knew that that there were enough from Stratford, et cetera, that wouldn't be an issue. But I was surprised at the dancing and singing talent. was really kind of shocking in a good way. The dancing ensemble we put together has to sing live in our show, and Alan's written a very, very demanding score. And so in other cities, that's been the biggest problem. The dancing is rather complicated too, so to find dancers who can really sing, and here we found them.
My greatest hope for opening night is not to fall down the back escape stairs in 3.5-inch heels.
Beauty and the Beast is an ancient fairy tale. Your parents probably read it to you when you were a kid. And like all great old stories, at its heart lie some basic truths. Beauty and the Beast reminds us not to judge a book by its cover, but you know, it's really about the redemptive power of pure love. So as the actors and technicians get together to finalize the effects that are going to transform people into objects like teapots and candle holders and one very frightening beast, not to mention the sets, the lights, and the incredible computer network that controls it all. As we move towards opening night, it's the telling of that wonderful story of love that is really at the heart of what the cast and crew are portraying.
Be still, my heart, I'm hardly breathing. He's such a tall guy, strong and handsome.
Oh, no.
The day we rule this world.
Some tea. Excuse me. I'll get the knife. Please let me through.
My dad's mistaken. There must be more than this provincial life.
Just watch, I'm going to make Belle my wife.
The biggest challenge, I suppose, is yet to come, dealing with all the technical side of the show. We've basically staged it all now with the actors. When we were in New York, we rehearsed for 4 weeks and basically got all of the actors into the show, discovered the heart and soul of the show, and now we have to deal with the technical wizardry and blend the two together.
There's a lot of actor-driven effects in this show. The operator himself, he only does about 4 or 5 different actual functions where he presses the button. The rest of it is all actor activated.
So Susan, you arm the device, okay? You've got a 30-second window. Fire the device.
I'm going to be the enchantress, as well as a slew of other things. And I'm also throwing a pyro effect, which has been produced by Disney. They've been working on this for about a year, trying to get this specific little fireball that I throw. And I have to trigger it. I have got like a little gear on me. I can't exactly tell you how it's done. But I trigger this flame and I throw this fireball, which then ignites another pyro effect that comes out of the stage, and the beast is transformed.
Disney on stage, you can't do it with a cup of coffee and a plate, you know. You really have to you need costumes, you need makeup, you need dancing, you need a lot of colors, you need sets. I mean, Disney's by definition magic.
Come on and lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's fine dining we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
With your meal, with your eat, yes indeed, to please.
I feel magic. I think there is a lot of magic. That's the magic part, to make you feel that it's real.
It's so great. I mean, how often can people play a candlestick or a clock or a feather duster or a teapot? You know, it's like it doesn't happen. So it's great that Disney was able to create it, and Robert Just Roth, the director, and Matt West, our choreographer, and Anne, our costume designer. We're all able to get together and create this animated feature into a lifelike production.
Big like Gaston, okay, big like Gaston. No one's got us well cleft in his jib like Gaston.
I use antlers in all of my decorating. My, what a guy!
The next new song is another song for Gaston. We can never get enough of those. But this was one where there was a real challenge for Tim Rice as a lyricist, because Gaston is. Howard Ashman had a lot of gifts, and he was a tremendous artist. But a song like Gaston is pure comic brilliance, and it's so much Howard's bag.
We came to Toronto as quickly as we could. Toronto is the third largest English-speaking theatrical market in the world, which is wonderful that Toronto has grown so much. And so we wanted to come here as quickly as we can, and we were lucky that the Princess of Wales Theatre became available. And as soon as it did, we began discussions with the Mirvish family and came up here.
On opening night when I'm on stage, I hope I see my mom and dad out there, my cousin, my sister, everybody who's going. And they've seen it about 3 times already, so they will like it.
Now in Toronto, the theatrical event of a lifetime has arrived. Beauty and the Beast. Discover the magic,
I want adventure in the great wide zone.
the music, and the spectacle of the greatest love story ever told. Disney's Beauty and the Beast, live at the Princess of Wales Theatre. For tickets, call 416-872-1212 or 1-800-461-3333.
Chance to call BBS and win. Today's Stratford trivia question is, in how many theaters does the Stratford Festival produce plays? If you know the answer, call 1-900-451-4076 or send your answer to this address. All correct answers will automatically qualify you to win the Stratford Fall Theater Weekend Package worth $500. Stay tuned to BBS for your next chance to call in and win.
Each production of Disney's Beauty and the Beast is based on their movie. Now, can you imagine the job in making that animated world we saw at the movies work on stage? For example, think about the character of Lumiere. He's my favorite. Now, he is the servant who is transformed into a candlestick. So bringing him to the stage required designing a costume that would allow the actor to sing and to dance and to show a personality. And as well, the costume has to flame because his hands are candles. Each and every character had its own unique requirements, and every challenge from the animated film was met by the designers. You will even see the red rose, the one that the Beast keeps under a glass dome in his room, drop its petals one by one as time begins to run out. And hey, speaking of that, time is running out, as the opening night is just around the corner.
You've been dreaming just one dream nearly all your life. Hoping, scheming, just one theme. Will you be a wife?
Between Euston and Broadway, there were major changes where we were actually rewriting big hunks of the show, both musically and book-wise. That really, I think, is over now, where the structure of the show really works quite well. But when you have a chance to do it again, as we are here, you just go, oh, if only we had thought of this before we built the set. You know, we could have done things. So we're incorporating many design changes, both in the costuming, in the scenic design, and while they might be subtle to the casual theater goer, I think when you add them all together, it will be quite a bit different.
Nothing lasts, nothing holds all of me.
Oh, there's definitely something special with this group of people. Incredibly talented, very exciting. Our last run-through in New York, we rehearsed in New York for 4 weeks, and the last run-through, the director said to us, now I just want you to do it for yourselves. And everybody pulled out the stops. There were times when people who have seen the show many times in New York, connected with the New York production, tears.
Carrie Butler is so visceral in her performance that when I'm dying and she was trying to get me to hold on, it's like I wished I could. You know, it's like I'm feeling it deep inside my heart, and this was just like in early rehearsals, and it's like, oh, unbelievable. When I first have her in the dungeon and throw her down, and she's missing her father, she was weeping, and I'm going, yes. I mean, this is not light theater. This is serious drama.
If I can't love her, let the world be done with me.
Sometimes it's been really powerful, like when I'm with the Beast and when he's taking my father away. I'm like hysterical. And then the Beast really scares me sometimes, and so I kind of really believe everything that's happening.
As old as time, tune as old as song, bittersweet and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong.
You think my hair is big, you gotta see this show. It's absolutely extraordinary. I hope tonight is just as big as my hair. Thanks, bye.
Well, this is it. We're just outside the Princess of Wales Theatre in downtown Toronto as the opening night performance of Disney's Beauty and the Beast draws near. The production brings together the ancient and the modern. The old fairy tale with its imaginative images will live on stage thanks to a whole bunch of state-of-the-art theatrical tricks. Now, Disney is the world's leader when it comes to bringing back the magic into our lives. And that's something that makes believers out of us all. But you know, this bell woman puts a heck of a lot of pressure on me to look good, so I gotta get changed.
I'm thrilled to be part of the Disney dream and very proud to be part of this fine Canadian company. Come experience the magic.
I gotta get my hair.
If I could just get through this evening without embarrassing my wife, I'll be very happy.
Hi. Nicholas, Matt here. Dad, Mom. I'm a teapot.
My greatest hope for opening night, my whole family is flying in, and I'm dedicating the performance to my grandma who died recently, and so I just hope that I make them all really proud of me.
Song as old as rhyme, beauty and the Beast.
We are to date, I think, state of the art as far as the happeningest Beast show, and it's the thing that's so exciting. It is a growing thing. The tendency sometimes with some shows is that they lock into place, and then you get very good carbon copies, bam, 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 stamped out, and nothing could be farther from the truth. We've been encouraged to bring what we can to the roles, and the company here is, in its own right, even though we're doing the same show, there's a complete uniqueness to this Canadian company, and it's spectacular.
We just wanted to ask why you selected Toronto as opposed to Beauty and the Beast.
Well, you have to be in Toronto. London, New York, and Toronto, the three kind of capitals of live theater. If you're not in Toronto, you can't make it. So for Beauty and the Beast to be here is, we hope, appropriate, and we think it'll do very well.
I'm trying not to think of opening night as anything but another performance. Maybe it's just a little different.
From the stage of the Princess Theatre Melbourne, this is the Australian cast of Beauty and the Beast saying,
G'day, Toronto!
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Rubin.
Have a good show, Chuck.
Thanks a lot.
Well, we've introduced you to the talented team, actors, directors, and the remarkable craftspeople involved in bringing Disney's Beauty and the Beast to the stage. Now, in just 1 minute, the curtain will come up on opening night, and all that will disappear. Instead, what the audience will see is the romance and the magic, as they are invited to get lost in the tale as old as time, as the song says, and as timeless as a love story. Bet you were worried there. You probably thought I was going to sing. I'm Carla Collins. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Bravo presents Appointment with Music. Go behind the scenes at Stratford and observe stage director Brian MacDonald as he mounts 3 Gilbert and Sullivan operettas.